morning and welcome to Whistler. I've been living and traveling out of this van for the past 4 winter seasons now, and I usually just go from ski mountain to ski mountain and then kind of ski whatever ones I want to, and today we find ourselves at Whistler Blackcomb. Today I'm going to take you along for the ride and show you a typical day as somebody who skis and travels in his van and lives kind of the ski bum lifestyle, and what a better place to do that than Whistler Blackcomb. It's about 8:30 in the morning right now, and I just got to the Creekside parking lot from my camping spot. I parked like 15 minutes away because you can't really do overnight parking here in the Whistler Village if you live in a van, but had a little bit of traffic in this morning, as is no surprise for Whistler, but it looks like it's going to be a really great day. At least it snowed overnight, so we should get some fresh tracks this morning, but it is also super overcast, so visibility might not be that good. Either way, I'm hyped, I'm stoked. Let's make some breakfast, get in our gear, and then hit the slopes. Made it in a Creekside gondola, and look at this. I have the whole thing to myself right now. So it's a little bit later than I wanted, which is why I had the whole thing to myself right now, but whatever. We've been getting snow all morning. It's been snowing ever since I got here, so that's a good sign. You can see we're going to have a great view out of the gondola here, so we'll see when we get to the top. Yeah, so, no, it's pretty bad. Well, not true. We'll see how flat the light is when we get out there, but it's like once you get up there, it's pretty flat. But yeah, that's what you get. Still gonna be a great day with all this snow. Got the Power skis out today, so I'm stoked. All right, I'll see you at the top. That's not what you like to see when you get off the ground. That's Whistler for you, I guess.
Alright, let's get going. I'm gonna do a warm-up run here. Woo! Just get the legs under you. Came for the big red chair. That's Franz's. We're gonna go and check out these trees over here. Let's see what it's like. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it looks like the peak chair just opened up. I'm a little too far behind it to catch it now, I think, but we're gonna hit that next then. Peak chair coming up next.
First lap done, and it is sweet out here, y'all. I have a tendency of trying to do a warm-up lap and then immediately going to the hard stuff without warming up, but I actually did warm up today, so a little different. Ooh, I can already tell that today is gonna be a great day. All right, let's hit the peak. Hello, Joey from the future here. So as you can see, we made it to the top of Peak Chair, and in order to save you from having to listen to wind that sounds like this for 10 minutes, I'll be giving you the update now since you can't hear anything I was saying in the moment. As you can see, there is a little bit of snow or fog on my lens here, so sorry about that. I tried to clean it, but it was snowing so much that more snow just kept going on it every single time, so I promise it does clear up in a second, so just hold on 1 second. But yeah, remember that thing I said about having a tendency to say I'm going to do a warm-up lap and then just immediately going for the hardest thing on the mountain? Happened here. Sure, we did 1 lap, but then immediately we go to the peak chair and we have 0 visibility and we're heading right into the Whistler Bowl, which is one of the hardest ways down from the peak. Now, I've done this bowl before, but that was over a year ago, and with such low visibility, I can't see what the entrance is, so you can't really see what's going on, because when you get there, it's kind of different every year on how the entrance to the bowl is, and so you can see here, these 2 guys that I just kind of was following were side-slipping down here, which, it worked. Not the ideal way to go down, but when you can't see what's on the other side of what you're slipping down or what the actual bowl looks like or what's 10 feet in front of you, it's kind of best to play it safe. So here I go, very gracefully and professionally, like side slipping down this little entrance into the bowl. Oh yeah, look at him go. He's doing a great job. Give him some encouragement. Yeah, leave a comment for how great he's doing. And boom, that's it. Hard part's over. Now we're in the bowl and we can actually start going down. I'm still kind of taking it easy though because it's kind of hard to see still, so I don't know if there's any mounds of snow or like drop-offs or anything because, you know, viz is basically 0 right now. So, skiing Joey, do you have any insights you want to share with us?
Well, we're in the Whistler Bowl, but viz is basically non-existent, so I'm just gonna kind of follow these guys. I don't really know them, but they kind of look like they know what they're doing, so let's give it a go. Whoa!
Very insightful. Thank you, skiing Joey. Like he/me said, I'm just kind of following these guys because they look like they know what they were doing or where they were going, so figure if I was going to get lost, may as well get lost with some new friends. This part's a little boring here, so let's just speed up to when it starts getting cool. Got this cool little funnel area now, but we got a bit of a traffic jam from some other people who also looks like they couldn't see and didn't really know what they were doing, so I'm just going to take it easy for a second here. Hey, by the way, Joey, what do you think of those rocks over there?
Whew, now that's sick. Take a look at that. It'd be even better now.
Yeah, sorry, couldn't catch that last bit there. Thanks, wind. So anyways, just kind of kept following these tracks and then eventually saw this other group of people, so stopped up here and waited for a minute for them to go. Now's when I started to get really excited because the snow up ahead looked so good. And you're going to have to believe me when I tell you that it was so good because you still couldn't really see very much. So we can see a little bit here. Just like look at that snow coming up, like up by my feet right there in this shot here. And just how much powder there was. This stuff was completely untouched in the Whistler Bowl and it was fresh, like over a foot of snow, untouched. It was, such a good day. And it was just beginning too. Remember how I said I was following those 2 skier guys that I didn't really know? Yeah, well, I didn't really like the way they were going and these snowboarders looked way cooler. Just kidding, but they did look like they were having more fun in this powder field here, so I decided to follow them instead. I so wish I could go back in time and tell myself to clean the stupid water on the lens, and because, you know, I just came from a giant field of powder where it was snowing, so there's obviously going to be something on the lens, but I was not thinking about that at the time. I was just thinking about how much fun I was having and how good the snow was and just what an incredible day that this was. So if that's the price to pay for some water on the lens, yeah, I'll pay that every time.
Oh man, that run was just absolutely unreal. Still not out yet, but you can literally just hear people screaming and cheering from how good the snow and how fresh it is. It's just that was all fresh lines once you could see a little bit. Oh my gosh, that's top 10 runs of my life right there. Amazing. All right, now I got a little bit of a flat run out, I think. And then it goes to somewhere. I don't actually know where, so we'll find it and then we're gonna go again.
Chairlift lunchtime.
Very much team squished peanut butter and jelly on the sandwich versus $27 for chicken fingers in the lodge. But it does the job. We'll see if we want to go back up to Peak where we can't see anything, but the snow is super good. I don't know. Have you guys been over Symphony or Harmony yet?
No.
No? Okay. So we'll probably stay on Peak then.
So I did just go back to the Peak chair and kept lapping that for the rest of the day because it was way too good to go anywhere else. Like, don't get me wrong, I wanted to go to other places on the mountain and try, like, the Symphony side and, like, Harmony area, but the snow here was just too good. I wasn't willing to risk it, because, like, every run was a fresh tracks, fresh lines. Oh, it was so good. So here we are again off of the Whistler Peak chair. Still can't really see anything. Light is super flat. Maybe a little better than before, but still not great. Everything is just white out, as you can see here. So in the last run, I was trying to get to the West Bowl and ended up following some guys who I thought were going there, but turns out they were going outside of the resort into the backcountry, and so I did not follow them there, so I did not get where I wanted to go, but still got some sweet turns, as you could see. So this time I checked the map like a smart person, and I think I found it. You can see it here right in front of me, but as I was getting up to it, I was second guessing if I want to go this way or if I want to keep going to the left into the Bagel Bowl. So light was still super flat in the West Bowl, and I couldn't really see what it looked like over the edge. I'm sure it was fine and super good, but again, I haven't been over to this resort in like a year or so, and Bagel Bowl is looking more promising, and who doesn't love bagels in the afternoon? So after pondering for a second and eating one of my Cliff Blocks, I decide that I'm going to push a little further and head over to the Bagel Bowl, and boy am I glad I did, because look at the snow over here. Nobody had been over here yet at all today. It was completely fresh. I think I was like the second or third person to even go over here, and oh my gosh. Okay, maybe not second or third, as there's a couple more tracks now, but up at that top section there, one of the only ones.
Let's check back in with Skiing Joey and see just how much fun he's having.
Oh my gosh! Woo! Oh my gosh. This snow is insane, you guys. Like, I am out in the middle of a bunch of freshies. Like, look at this. It's so soft too, and it just keeps going. Look at this powder field. This is insane. I was gonna try to hit Harmony and Symphony, but I've literally just been lapping Peak chair all day because it's been too freaking good. Oh, I don't know how many more I got in me though, but probably just go until Peak chair closes and then call it and maybe get a little 2-1 action, but oh my gosh, this is unreal, you guys. Woo! All right, back to it.
Dang, what a day. I just got back to the van after skiing all day, got out of my soaking wet ski gear, and honestly, that might be one of my like top 10 snow days that I've ever had. The snow is just so light, and like I was just lapping Peak chair the entire time. I thought about going out to like Harmony or Symphony or any place else, but the snow was just so good, and every single time I got fresh tracks and fresh lines, so there was no reason to go anywhere else. So I don't know how interesting of a video that's gonna be if you just see me skiing the same lines every time, or what you can even see in there. I may overlay footage from another day at Whistler, or like yesterday, or if I ski tomorrow, I'll overlay some footage from that if you can get some actual visibility at the top, because obviously you couldn't see anything there today, which always makes for a fun ski day. One of my favorite things about doing the whole ski bum van life thing and having the van when you're done with skiing is I can just like chill out and relax here in the parking lot for a little while. I can make myself a snack. So I've made just like cottage cheese and salsa with some Triscuits. It's a little weird. I know it sounds kind of weird, but trust me, it's actually really good. But while everybody else is just sitting in traffic, especially today because there was an accident on the 99 back to Vancouver, so everybody is just dead stopped there, I can just chill out and relax, have my snack, and wait for all the traffic to go away. But what I think I'm actually going to do right now after I finish my snack is I'm going to take a shower. So I do have a shower right here in the van with me, but there's actually a secret shower here in Whistler that I am not going to tell you the location about so it doesn't get blown up. But if you really want to know, just send me a DM on Instagram and I'll tell you. But I don't want to spill all those secrets out here on YouTube and ruin it for everybody. All right, so that's the plan for now. I'm going to finish my snack. I'm going to go take a shower. Then, depending on how traffic is, I'll either drive to where I'm going to park for the night or I'll make dinner in the parking lot of Whistler again. So we'll see how it's going, but I'll see you after my shower. And now I'm all clean. I honestly do really love that Whistler shower. I mean, it's not like a nice shower or anything, but it's just super nice to have an external shower so I don't have to use up all of my water or use water or like heat my own water. So it makes things a lot easier if there's a shower I can use. So usually after skiing, I will just use my shower, or a lot of times there is like a rec center shower that you can go to and pay like $5 to $8 ish to use the shower. But if there's a free one in Whistler, I'm going to use that. After my shower, I did also look at the map and see that the traffic from the accident had cleared up as well, so I decided to just drive to my spot where I'm going to be sleeping for the night. Whistler going to be pretty strict about overnight parking, so that's why I don't park in the village, because chances are you're going to get knocked on or towed if you park in the village, but there's plenty of places north or south of the Whistler village that you can go to park. So right now I'm parked at just some little, like, big parking lot snowmobiling place like 15 minutes south of Whistler, so it's really not so bad. And if you want to learn more about where I park overnight and where I sleep, or where you find water or electricity on the road, or how to get started in van life, I've put everything I know about van life into this guide that you can download for free. I'll put the link in the description right there, so check that out if you have any interest in van life or learning more about it. All right, so showered in my spot for the night, and now I think I'm going to make dinner. Tonight for dinner, I'm just going to be keeping things simple. So I do cook actual meals like from scratch in the van pretty often, but after skiing, I don't always feel like cooking up all those ingredients. So we're just going simple with some Trader Joe's meals. We just got some barbecue chicken teriyaki and some green beans. So these will be super quick to make because they're already cooked. You basically just heat them up. So super easy. So I already got my pot on my stove. So let's get to work. That was a little bit embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. Out, and then you just dump the chicken in the pot, and that's literally it. And then you just wait for it to cook, and that's it. I promise you I do know how to cook. Yeah, you probably don't believe me after this display right now of just heating up some frozen food and forgetting to put oil in and then messing up just cutting open a bag, but promise you I know some things. Just gotta watch some of my other van life videos to see and find out. All right, chicken's about unfrozen now, so now let's see if I can do a better job just cutting open this bag of green beans. Ooh, fingers crossed. It's a tough job right here. Success, we did it. Boom, I am chef. Got a regular old Ryan Toomey over here. Also, if you've been enjoying this video and want to see more van life or skiing or just day in the life, like travel stuff like I do, or you want to learn, be a van life or full-time traveler yourself, make sure you subscribe and like this video, and yeah, that'll train the algorithm to show you more stuff like it, and I would also appreciate it. Thank you. All right, food's almost done. I just need to cut open these teriyaki sauce packets. I don't know why they make all of these so difficult to open. Like normally they have just like the little tab things, and I don't know if I'm just stupid or something, but I literally cannot find the tabs, or it's like it doesn't work when I pull it. So I just go use scissors and then actually put it in. So I guess that works. It just makes me feel dumb. Yeah, like I said, in the wintertime after skiing, I don't usually feel like cooking anything fancy or elaborate, but on non-ski days or if it's summertime, I do really enjoy cooking in the van. So I have two main ways of cooking. I have this stovetop that you're seeing right now, and then I also have an air fryer in here as well that lets me cook pretty much anything between those two things. All right, sauce is in. Now we'll just have some rice. Luckily, I also made rice the other day, so I just had some of this leftover rice, and we're just going to dump this whole thing in here, keep things easy. Maybe. Come on, Schmitty, let go.
Now we just mix everything together, big happy family style. All right, this is coming together pretty nicely. I did just remembered we need to add some more spices to doctor it up a little bit. So I can grab my spices, we'll put them over here. So I'm just adding some standard spices. So add a little bit more salt. Now we'll add in a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder too, of course. Then I'm gonna put a little bit of ginger in here too. Definitely got to pick up some more MSG because it is a very important ingredient, and don't believe what they say. It's not as bad for you as they say it is. It's basically just salt. Just don't go overboard like you would.
All right, we are looking good here. So what do we think? How do we look? Just gonna serve it, and then we'll be good to go.
There we go. That's looking good. Yeah, that's looking nice. Wow. There we go. What do we think? Not too bad for just a frozen Trader Joe's meal. It gets the job done anyway.
All right, now time to test our work. It's pretty good, actually. I've made this Trader Joe's bag meal before, and it's one of my favorites, one of my go-tos, because it's good every time, and the macros are right, too, so it's not, like, high in fat. I mean, obviously, it's still, like, chicken thighs and oil and stuff, so it's going to have some fat, but as far as, like, healthy frozen meals go, this is, like, one of the better ones you can get, and it's cheap, too. This was, like, $7 at Trader Joe's, and it'll last me for 2 meals, so all in all, I'd say it's a pretty great day, and definitely can't complain about this lifestyle when I get to ski whatever I want and then just park at the mountain or park near the mountain to ski as many days in a row as I want. So definitely not a bad lifestyle. I can't complain. So next, after I finish eating, I'm going to clean up and do the dishes, and then I actually have to do a little bit of work before going to bed or reading or watching TV or anything like that. And that'll be pretty boring to watch because it's just me sitting on my computer. So I think now is a good time for us to part ways for the day. If you've enjoyed this video, YouTube thinks you should watch this video next, and I agree with them because YouTube's pretty smart, so you should do it. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.